Hi. So this is part 4. I hope you're still hanging 10 with a sister, okay? In part 3, I was talking about how I had a dream about this colleague of mine to show me the witchcraft that she was involved in, engaged in my life, okay? You guys. And this colleague, I made mention of the fact that she had a bad case of post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, so cloasma. But in this dream, she looked sparkly, beautiful, clean, and she had no acne and no post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, just gorgeosity all over the show, okay? This Chiquita, I used to go to Wits University, and people took away everything from me, my degree, they took away my career, they took away my future marriage, except nobody took nothing from me. Me, I belong to Jesus, so he handed them over to their reprobate mind. What? Strong delusion. That's what's good. But we're gonna get into that because there is a beautiful Christian conclusion to all this. Anyway, whatever, right? So I always go bathroom, so I hate public restrooms. Can't stand them. Even it's very difficult for me to sit down, go public bathroom. I have to put all different kinds of the toilet paper on the toilet seat. I have to wipe a lot, and I have to like just not be there for very long. I can't stand them, right? But we gotta use them anyway. But there are others that are better than others, you know? There are others that are better than others. You will rarely ever find me at a mall bathroom, busy go spilling, taking a selfie for Instagram. Like I'm in and out. I can't stand the smells. I have a thing about smells. I have a thing about cleanliness. I just don't want to be in an environment where people are always releasing stools or urinating or whatever for too long, and I don't want to talk in there because I feel like the stuff is coming into my mouth. That's how I am. Now that you have that context, understand therefore what discomfort I must have been in this dream. Wits University is a university, so they don't even have mall bathrooms type quality standards. They don't have like excellent corporate business offices type quality standards. They don't have anything of that nature. The bathroom was like Wits. If you're a student at Wits or just somebody that's been there and used it, you would know. Grand public bathrooms, you deal with all different kinds of personalities, okay? They don't flash, or if they flash, they're rarely ever, or there's like a skin mark of like poop there or whatever. It's gross, just gross. And I was so Govit's Senate House, their bathrooms are the worst. Like in the newer buildings there on East Campus, not East West, on West Campus, they're better because like they just rebuilt, you know, added like new structures all up in that gangster joint. Senate House is the oldest, most ancient portion of Wits University. Great Hall, how you find yourself in Senate House. I was in, no, it was more like Great Hall bathrooms, but you know how Great Hall connects to Senate House? I don't know what they call it today. I don't care. It's been a million years since I've been there. Anyway, whatever. I was in Great Hall / Senate House bathrooms. You guys. Oh, Lord have mercy. Mofati. I don't know. Like, you know, there's like this culture in white people where they walk around barefoot every so often. Like, thoroughly. You will find white folk walking around barefoot in the mall. I don't know how they do that. I don't know how they do that because I find it, what is this? It's like I'm scared of what's down there. What do you step? You could step on like a banana peel. You could step on somebody's bubble gum. You could, you know. But anyway, I grew up with these like white kids around me just walking around barefoot, and I tried it and I hated it, and I also got hurt. Like I stood on a bottle and I was like, you know what? No, Candace, I'm sorry, I like you, but I don't like the style there with the shoes. Like the shoeless culture, not my vibe, not my business. As a result, I'm not even a big fan of going to the beach. I'm not even a big fan of being at the poolside where I have to like walk on my bare feet before I jump into the pool. I would literally wear klepe sandals, anything. I don't like barefoot. Even if it's in the house where I live, knowing that I have like mopped the floor, I don't like walking barefoot for the same reasons that I don't like a dirty environment. It's like I don't know what I'm stepping on, and a lot of random stuff goes down there, and insects and animals and worms and they're down there. I don't like the barefoot culture. It has its people. Righto and right again. I was barefoot. Lord have mercy. Like, who does that? You know, things that are out of your character. It's not you. Here it is again. I was barefoot in this bathroom that is a combination of my apartment, right? My apartment alongside Wits University bathrooms. My apartment bathroom sparkling clean. It's Garabo's apartment bathroom. Do you understand? But somehow it was a mesh with the bathrooms, as I say, Senate House / Great Hall. And I was walking barefoot and on the floor. You know, clogged bathrooms when you flush them, how sometimes, God have mercy, they can overflow and that stuff, icky stuff falls on the ground. Hey, those those bathrooms were overflowing, those toilets were overflowing, and all that gook and gunk was on the floor with toilet paper, tissue, and everything. Emanzi, wet, oh goodness. And I was barefoot on that puddle of water, and it smelled grotesque, guys. I pick up even smells in dreams. It smelled really horrendously, and I was grossed out in the dream. I didn't know what in the world was going on. It smelled horrific, and I was next to, so I think it was a mix of my apartment and also the Senate house, right? So there was a towel hanging on my railing type thing. It was so dirty. I wanted to wash my hands, but even the tap was so grimy that I couldn't even touch it to twist it, release water. And then even looking at the towel, it was dirty, and it was nothing like what towel I would have in my apartment. I used to change my bathroom towels every 2 days, every 2 to 3 days, as opposed to every week, because once you wipe your hands there's all that transfers. No matter how much you can wash your hands, there's still stuff that is left on there. It's actually better. I had plans, okay, to get one of those paper towel rollers in my bathroom if I bought my own property, but I never got there because it's just more sanitary to have those paper towels that you use to wipe your hands rather than a towel, like a bathroom towel that you use. Even here in this house, my mom's house, I do not use the towels that they hang for drying your hands or wiping your body. I use my own vaslapa, which I wash every day after taking a bath. That's how I am. Just giving you that context, okay? My towel was dirty. In my house, the taps were grimy. The floor had sewage on them. The toilet was overflowing. It stank like no man's business, and I felt stranded in this environment. And then next thing, boom! Sisu esingaga. Massive stomach, like pregnancy stomach. Now, I've never had a baby. However, I've always desired to have children. However, I've also wanted to have children inside a marriage. Ain't no way gonna go make some dude a baby daddy, kill a baby mama nje, mara esing mosadi. I never would have done that, even prior to coming to Christ, okay? I'd never ever would have given a man a baby outside of wedlock. It's like, make an honest woman out of me. If you want it, then you better put a ring on it. I was always on that tip. In this dream, I was unmarried, alright? I had just broken up with my ex-boyfriend some years back, actually. The last guy that was like my long-term relationship. We had broken up. I had dated one guy for 2 months, like all of 2 seconds after coming to Christ, that I thought was a believer, but he turned out to be a Satanist in and of himself, and he was just like a whole fool. So I left him like within 2 months. Nothing intense happened, so I don't even count him as a relationship, but if you want to count him for the sake of being pedantic, you can count him. That dude was the only guy 2 years after breaking up with my ex that I was with for 2 months, okay? Like in this dream, all of a sudden I'm in this murky bathroom. Isusu esingaga, guys. I have always dreaded like no man's business. I keep on like giving you stories within stories, but just a little bit of a digression. When I was working at Liberty Life in this one learnership program, I had this one colleague chick that was also in the learnership program. I was at the time perhaps like 20 years old, and she could have been like 21 or 22, right? A colored girl, which was one of those Pearl 2C girls. She's black, but she looks colored, right? And she had a daughter or a son, or she had a child, and she had that kid when she was still a teenager. She still had a very slender body, like a young, she was only 22 type thing, but her stomach, oh my goodness, you guys, she had, like harmonica, like it was so creased. She had loose skin like no man's business. She was slender, skinny. All of her was skinny, but the way that her stomach stretched and then did not bounce back again, she had the stomach of a granny. Part 3. Let's go into part 3. See you now.